A charity encouraging more Muslim women to cycle says it's fighting stereotypes. Cycle Sisters says some women from minority backgrounds experience many barriers to cycling and are less likely to see it as an option for themselves and their families. Anissa Kadri reports.
What's the route today?
Getting ready for a 6-mile ride through Tower Hamlets, whether it's organising bike ride timings around prayers or advice on how to cycle in modest clothing. Cycle Sisters say their aim is to get more Muslim women biking.
It's just been phenomenal in terms of what it's kind of given me. Health, fitness, mental well-being.
Generally, when you see any kind of representation of anyone on a bicycle, it's so far away from the norm of a Muslim woman on a bicycle. So we're trying to break that and encourage more Muslim women to be on bicycles.
So Naima, you're wearing things very typical of cyclists, the yellow vis jacket, high vis jacket, the helmet, but you're also in an abaya, traditional Islamic clothing. How easy is it to cycle in an abaya?
It's okay, although it's not okay if it's not the right type. So if it's got too much fabric and it's too flowy, it is required to have an abaya which isn't too narrow or too flowy. I feel like there's a bit of a taboo and a stigma to see Muslim women on a bike. It's not really customly seen, and even within the community I get stares a lot, you know. I definitely encourage all women, Muslim women, to get out there. There's nothing restricting you, your clothing, your attire, and that's another thing actually as well, is that a lot of people thought that they couldn't cycle in an abaya, they can't cycle in loose clothing, but it's possible, and we're breaking those stigmatism, we're breaking those taboos, we're changing the narrative ultimately.
Cycle Sisters recently appeared on a podcast from the environmental charity Hubbub called Down to Earth, which shows different communities doing things to help the environment.
Sometimes something that's good for the planet is also good for people, and making sure that we bring as many communities, as many different voices into the conversation as possible is so important, to mean that, you know, everyone feels involved. It doesn't feel like it's something that is only something that the few can do.
It's definitely nice to get away from cars, and I think London is so smoggy and the air quality is so poor. I think we need to encourage more and more people to get on bicycles and just create a better environment for all of us to live in.
Cycle Sisters say they welcome people from all faiths and backgrounds interested in cycling to join their free rides. Anissa Kadri, BBC News.